Hello, everybody. Chicago Mail has resignation letter signed after threatening Trump for doing this in Chicago. This happened 18 hours ago. So let's get into the video, shall we?
What's up, squad? Back with another video. Y'all seen the title was going down. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. So I'm not even gonna lie. Definitely been a busy day. I literally was supposed to drop another video. I definitely apologize. There will be more drop tomorrow. Sorry. Tomorrow. So make sure y'all just stay tuned. It was a lot and truly busy when it came. Today just actually found out that and it's pretty exciting news seeing y'all know that I've been going through anxiety and like getting out more and stuff like that. But I wanted to do something differently that I haven't done before. I'm always I grew up playing basketball, and I'm officially head coach of a 5th and 6th grade basketball team, as well as Retro Steph. If y'all know what Retro Steph is, he's coaching boys 3rd and 4th grade, I believe. So one thing to keep us busy, obviously we love to give back to the community and stuff like that. So there will be days that be challenging when it comes to practice and games and stuff like that. So just bear with me. One thing about it though is that I'm definitely happy when it comes to a lot of these things within it. So just bear with me, y'all. Definitely amazing. I do want to say that when it comes to a lot of things, I know there's a lot that's going on within a lot of these influencers, people on social media. One thing about it is that one thing that we only can do is keep pushing through when it comes down to a lot with mental especially with mental health. But you already know, this is a post through from the White House. It says, President Trump, my goal is to stop crime in America. Governor Pritzker and Chicago Mayor Johnson, as y'all can see. One thing, and I truly, notice and see all the time that it's truly crazy to me that it's like that's their reaction all the time. When President Trump is trying to do something, right, and trying to clean up, these areas, and they're going against it, which is pretty crazy. Not even gonna lie. This is posted by Benny Johnson. Meet Lawrence Reed. He is facing, obviously, terrorism charges after setting a 20. And the crazy thing is, this is absolutely crazy, And I wanted to look at this in particular, and something else, because it just goes to show you that so many things are going on, in Chicago, and they're not doing much about it. But this 26-year-old woman on fire aboard a Chicago train. According to reports, he doused her in gasoline, igniting, and saying, something I obviously can't say on here. Pretty sure I'm going to show you in a news clip, though. But it says, Reed has been arrested 49 times. 49, literally 49. 10 of them being felonies. And yet judges kept putting him back on the streets. They failed to protect the public, and they failed that young woman. And truly did. I'm not even going to lie. Truly did. Said this tragedy was preventable. And the judges who enabled it should be held accountable. And I definitely feel as if they definitely should be held accountable for a lot of this. It's definitely sad. This right here just goes to show you. It goes to show you right here all the times. Wow. This literally just goes to show you. I don't know why his face is like this, though. Like, why something that happened to his mouth or something, I believe. I don't know what happened. But this is definitely insane to me. Definitely insane. Definitely sad. I'm not even gonna lie. This post though says a woman. Obviously, this happened. Said meanwhile, J.B. Pritzker says his state is safe and he doesn't need the National Guard. Check it out.
It all happened just before 9:30 last night on that Blue Line train. Chicago police tell us a 26-year-old woman got into an argument with a man that police believe is 45 years old. That argument turned physical, and at some point he threw liquid onto that woman and set her on fire. The train ended up stopping at Clark and Lake. The man took off running. Now, she was able to make it out of the train, but then she collapsed. Police say the fire was put out before the fire department got there. She was rushed here to Stroger in critical condition.
And it saddens me that stuff like this has happened, you know, especially the ones that's calling to defund the police and say this and say that, but the same ones that are literally guarded and protected by those same police officers. And I just find it completely insane. You know, I truly do. Check it out, Fox News, y'all.
What I can say is that as awful and as horrific as this tragedy is, this is an isolated incident. Wow. As we continue to invest more in our public transportation system, we want people to feel safe as they ride. And so many working people rely on our public transportation system across the city. And that's why I'm doing my part to ensure that these investments are getting right to the people so that, of course, people can continue to enjoy.
I'm just saying, like, how can people literally enjoy? Like, how can people enjoy and just seeing how bad things are? You know, not to mention, obviously, you know, you have President Trump, a lot of things, and I'm going to say this, and it's obviously it's not going to sound, you know, as good, you know, a little bit, but, you know, you have President Trump, you know, that obviously has brought, you know, the crime down a little bit, but you're still having incidents and stuff like this that I just find completely crazy and very, very much so unnecessary, you know, especially with having a mayor saying things like this, you know. I don't get it, you know, calling it, you know, an isolated incident, you know, says everyone knows how horrible Chicago is. Definitely, it truly is horrible, and it's definitely sickening, Check it out.
Was on the ground trying to put herself out and is rolling on the ground. No one came to her aid until she was able to get off the train and to the platform.
When Reed was arrested, police say he blurted out, "Burn, expletive, burn alive, expletive." Records show Reed has been arrested more than 4 times since 1993.
Wow.
9 times the charges were felonies, yet he has only served 2 years for a drug case, 30 days for driving on a suspended license.
Lawrence Reed had no business being on the streets, and as a result, you have an innocent victim in the hospital fighting for her life.
In August, he was charged with aggravated battery for knocking out a social worker at McNeil Hospital in Portland, Illinois. The petition for pretrial detention states that Reed is a real and present threat to the safety of any person or persons in the community. Still, Judge Teresa Molina Gonzalez denied pretrial detention and ordered electronic monitoring with the condition that Reed could go free from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. The only restriction was that he could not go back to the hospital. Chicago's mayor says the attack does not signal a wider trend.
As awful and as horrific as this tragedy is,
and we already seen that this, you know, you have morons like this. I truly don't get it. Obviously, if you have a person that does things, you know, when it comes to, you know, attacking people, doing this and doing that, what do you think they're going to do? I mean, you've let them out over 48 times. You obviously know, especially after that second, third time, like that's, you see that it's repeating. It's repeating itself, but 48 times, y'all. I mean, that you definitely need to do something. But then you have Mayor Brandon Johnson that's not doing anything about this, calling it an isolated incident. I'm telling y'all, bro, it's absolutely disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. Now, I truly don't get it. This is something that's just not, oh, well, this just, you know, this just happened this one time. This happens so many times, you know, when it comes down to Chicago. So many times. I'm not even gonna lie. This again, this is an individual that, you know, and this is definitely something that's definitely sad, you know, again. This is, pretty sure Korshanda, Hatter, I don't really know how to pronounce her name. 33-year-old Chicago mom and her 9-year-old son were taken to the Trinity Hospital in a serious condition after this attack. The mother explained that the gang of kids were waiting along the sidewalk to jump them. I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me so they wouldn't get jumped. She added that her attackers followed them, and as y'all can see it right here, this picture. I don't want to play the video. I think y'all can see the picture. So y'all can see where we at right now. She added that her attackers followed them all the way home and first attacked her son before she was dragged in the grass. Hatter said that her son had been bullied for more than 2 years and the school failed to protect him. I'm trying to get justice for my son, she said. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson also condemned the attack, basically saying, I was deeply disturbed to see the video of the young people attacking a mother and her child on the far south side yesterday afternoon. That type of behavior is unacceptable in our city. We must not normalize this type of senseless violence. Leaders from my office have been on the ground all day to coordinate with CPS, CPD, and CHA to respond to this incident. One thing about this is that you literally have individuals. You're literally having individuals that, especially when it comes to Mayor Brandon Johnson, that's not actually out there and setting no type of example whatsoever. He doesn't care about the people whatsoever. No matter, and this is something that I'll definitely say about anybody. No matter the color of your skin, who you are, male or female, the elderly, anybody. When it comes to this type stuff, this stuff needs definitely to be handled, when it comes to a lot of these things. I don't know the full story within this, but I do know that when you're having a mayor like this, things definitely need change. I truly don't get it. I don't get it, just for the simple fact that you have a mayor that's basically not.
This mayor let shit happen. Okay? A woman got set on fire on a train in Chicago. A woman got attacked by 20-something kids. Her and her son got attacked by 20. She's a pregnant woman, and her son and her got attacked by 20 kids. A shooting happened. Another man got locked up 72 times. Still let him walk for free. This has all been in 48 hours. All this happened. Somebody got shot. Drive-by happened. 300 people rioting in the streets of Chicago. Somebody got attacked by an axe. A stabbing. All happened in Chicago, and the mayor is not doing shit about it. He's not taking responsibility. He's not being held accountable for it. But let's get back to the video.
Want the National Guard there, not want these agents there, not want to change around and to keep that violence down. I don't understand it whatsoever. This is a post by Danielle Carter. It says this is why Chicago's mayor said crime is down. Him and his black wife and kids are being protected by his police detail, while us Chicago citizens are being victimized by, again, illegals, carjackings, shootings, and robbery. He believes criminals are just misunderstood and shouldn't be locked up. He also wants to defund the police. So as y'all can see,
this is why this man say crime is down.
This is right here. Y'all have, him being protected by a large security detail, along with the Chicago Police Department. And it's definitely sad, that you have this individual that's heavily guarded, and there's people that are literally having everything, given. And one thing about it that I definitely can say, and I say this a lot, is that even though, you see people in the comments say, oh, well, this is who they voted for, there are people that, didn't vote for him. As y'all can see, I know Danielle Carter most likely didn't, vote for him, and don't like him. There's others that, obviously didn't. But one thing that I am glad is that, within Danielle Carter, her team, and others are doing a lot that they can, to show up.